Hey, it's Sheldon with TigerTough here. I'm going to show you how to put these seat covers on the front seats of a Nissan Titan. Before you get started putting the covers on, there's a couple things we're going to do to make it easier. I'm going to slide the seat ahead so that way it's up in the doorway and I don't got to be reaching around to the back to work on it. Then I'm going to pull the headrest off, and this is super simple to take off. You just raise it up. There's one button right here. Press that in, and when you hold that in, you can just pull the headrest right straight out. And then finally, the seat I'm working on here is an electric seat. If you don't have an electric seat, you can't do this step, but since I have it, I'm just going to raise the seat up because it makes it easier to get everything underneath of it. The first cover we're going to put on the seat is the seat bottom cover, and before you put it on, make sure you've got the right one for the seat you're working on. So since I'm working on the driver's seat, I've got this one here. It's got the tag that says driver right on it, so we know we're good to go. I'm just going to start out by setting it over top of the seat, getting everything lined up. Just like that there. So I've lined up all the seams in the cover around the factory seams in the seat, and we know that everything's going to fit perfectly. In order to get the cover completely installed on the bottom, we have to release this little flap on the seat, and it's super simple. Just reach underneath there, and there's an elastic strap, and then reach up to where that connects to the seat. You can unclip it, and it just flops down like that. To get the cover installed so that it looks really good, this string needs to go down between the cushion and this plastic. Don't run it down around the outside, it'll look bad and it won't fit well. So when I push the cushion off to the side, you can just see there's a little gap here, and we're going to run this string right down in there. Then the string actually pops out below this plastic trim, and then you can push it right underneath the seat like that. It's a little bit harder to do on a seat that doesn't raise up, but it can still be done. The last thing I'm going to do here is just tuck the cover inside this plastic so we get a nice clean finished look like that. This string that goes down between the seat and the center console needs to get pushed all the way down, and that's going to be the exact same as what we did before, except there's no plastic to tuck it behind. So I just reach underneath there, and then since the seat is up, you can just stick my hand right underneath there and push the string through. On a seat that doesn't raise up, it's a little more work, but you can still get it pushed through there. Now we're going to fasten these strings together. So this is the one that came from by the door, this is the one that came from over by the console, and this is what's going to make your seat cover fit really, really well and not move when you get in and out. So you take these strings, give them a good pull, make sure they're nice and tight. The tighter you get these, the better your cover is going to fit. Then we'll fasten them together with the string lock, and to do that you just feed the string into one end of it and keep pushing it through there until it pops out like that. Then we'll lock it in like that and pull it off to one side, and then do the exact same with the other string. Now we're just going to keep pulling it tight, and so that way the strings are nice and tight, everything's locked into place like that, and your cover's not going to slip around. Now we're going to take this flap right here that's on top of the seat cover, and we're just going to push it right between the seat back and the seat bottom like this. And this is why we had to release that factory flap, is so that this can go through there. Now we've got two flaps that go down the front of the seat, and it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing, but I'm running them underneath the seat bottom. And the only thing you need to watch out for when you do it is about right here on the seat, underneath of it, there's a round metal bar. Run the flaps over top of that, so between that bar and the seat, because that's going to make your cover fit so much better. Now with all those flaps pushed through there, all we have left to do is pull everything tight and fasten it together. And just like before, pull everything as tight as you can, because the tighter you pull it, the better everything's going to fit. So I've taken this flap, just pulled on it really hard and wrapped it around. Now we'll take these ones from the bottom, get them up nice and snug, and stick them together. There we go. And I usually just tuck these extra pieces of string up inside the cover to keep everything neat and tidy under the seat. Now we're going to cover the back of the seat, and again, make sure that you've got the right cover for the seat that you're working on. So I've got the driver tag here. And then another thing you can check is the orange TigerTough tag and the airbag tag. Make sure that they are facing the door. You need that airbag tag facing the door for your airbag and your seat to work properly if you ever get in a wreck. So let's turn this thing inside out here. Go about half or 2/3 of the way inside out. It just makes it so much easier to put it on the seat back. So fold it over like that, and now let's go ahead and put the seat cover around the headrest holes. And to do that, we just push it down like that so that the cover goes underneath that trim, and it just looks so much nicer. There you go. Now we'll roll this down part way, and now this is down part way, let's deal with that flap that we released before down the back of the seat. What we're gonna do with this is just tuck it up inside the cover, like this. So this will just ride up in here, and then when you go to sell your truck, if you ever take the covers off, you can just hook that flap back up just like it's supposed to be. There we go. Now we just finished unrolling this down the seat, like so. And then we've got these 3 little flaps to push through between the seat back and the seat bottom. And a pro tip on that, when you go to push it through there, fold the flap over on itself like this so that all this hook fastener is tucked inside, because that stuff is crazy strong and it will stick inside your seat. You can get it out, it's just hard. So fold it over and we push it through. Now I'm just reaching around with my other hand and grabbing it as it comes out between the back and the bottom. There we go. All right, if you've been paying attention, this next step is not going to be surprising. But what you need to do is take these flaps here, and you guessed it, pull them tight. The tighter you pull them, the better it's going to fit. That's kind of the theme of today. There we go. Pull that one tight, stick it up there, and do the same with the middle one. And then the last step to cover the seat back is to release this, pull it down, stick it up underneath there. That way it gives you a nice clean finished look. Now we just got to throw the headrest back on, put the cover on it, and we're finished. Headrest is super easy to put on. Just line it up, push it down until it clicks. On the headrest covers, there's no driver or passenger, so either one works. I'm gonna just slide it over like that. Make sure that the seams in the cover line up kind of with the seams on the headrest like we did on the rest of the seat. Then this flap here goes underneath and tucks up inside that flap on the back like that. Stick it together. Then to put the headrest down, you just push that button in, push it down, and you're finished.